at the cooking school now.
So I don't. I
English
teach,
classes. I'm sorry.
I did English classes for kids to help me put me through school and pay my bills because I really wanted to stay in France. I wanted to learn the language.
And now you are fluent in the language.
I know I'm fluent in the language. I think I'm fluent enough.
To me, you're like tippity. I'm like, what? What happened? The school of who?
And then
I did make you laugh with my one French phrase. What did I say? Le grand fromage.
Le grand fromage.
I said it wrong. And then you just start to bust out laughing. I'm like, what does that mean?
The big cheese.
The big cheese. Do you ever use that in a sentence in Paris?
No. But it's good. You're on your way.
And it's so crazy. Like, I think it was from Pepe Le Pew is where I got like some. This is like horrible.
A lot of people get that.
Right.
You know what's so crazy though? It's actually very good.
Is it really?
I like it because I've heard people before I moved to France and I started learning French.
Okay.
Pepe Le Pew was. And the words he used, they're real French. They're not like made up French. I can't remember what he says, but they're not made up French.
But like, let's just be all real about this. Pepe Le Pew is like totally like being attacked by the Me Too movement right now because he was really Pepe Le Pew is now that I'm an adult, I'm like, oh, this isn't appropriate. This is like,
is it? Why is it inappropriate?
He was chasing the cat. He was constantly.
Well, he was chasing the cat because he thought the cat was what?
Right. He thought the cat was a female skunk. So he was trying to get some. He says, "Oh, mon ami, I want to take you to the cat bar and make love to you constantly."
Let me tell you something.
Okay, go ahead.
I want somebody to chase me.
Okay.
Because I want to know that I still got it.
Oh, all right.
Right?
Ladies and gentlemen, she still's got it.
Well, thank you.
Well, that's what you have your beautiful boyfriend Manny to chase you for.
Well, he doesn't need to chase anymore.
Oh, he doesn't chase. Well, sometimes it's a good chasing is healthy.
Yeah, I guess.
And
it depends.
But anyway,
on how dim the light is.
Yes, gotcha.
But
me personally, I like bright lights.
No, I like dimness. So
I like bright lights, and I want that weird cone thing that looks like a backwards, looks like an umbrella that they do in fashion shoots. And a little button so I could just
click, 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 click.
Take pictures, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead. So yeah, you were teaching children English.
In culinary in France.
In Paris, right?
Yeah. To put me through school and help me pay my bills. I came to the United States, worked in the industry for 10 years. And then after that I got a chance to start teaching. And I teach at the school and I teach people who want to learn.
You teach adults now.
I do.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in being educated by Ingrid Wright on cooking amazing food, then what you have to do is Google, not ICE, because you'll find something different.
You will not find me there.
Google the Institute of Culinary Education in New York City.
Yes, and
it's on Liberty, right?
It's at Liberty Street.
Liberty Street,
downtown where the World Trade Center. Yeah. Actually, the same block as the World Trade Center.
I know the area well.
Yeah. And so I started teaching. I still teach kids there as well. I teach adults. And I don't know. I love...
Do they have a website? Or do they just look you up?
No. They have a website.
Oh, okay. What's the website?
I think it's Institute of Culinary Education, ORG.
ORG? Okay. Institute of Culinary Education.org. If I have one more of that golden monkey, I will not be able to say that. Even though I'm drinking the cider.
Anger, the Angry Orchard.
Angry Orchard.
Hard cider.
Hard cider. Yeah, it's now that you said it, after drinking that, which has so much character and so many different nuances to it, this is really like...
Yeah, we should have started this. We just went heavy first.
Yeah, I usually go heavy first. I probably should go light to heavy.
Exactly. I like to start slow.
I kind of... The curve is...
Well, you're trying to loosen me up.
No. So look, we're gonna dust this off or throw it out. Either or. No, we'll go finish it.
We finish it. It's a good beer.
No, it's not bad, but we'll dust this off.
But it's definitely something for someone who is not into beer and trying to build their way up, right? And love apples. And
it's very appley. It's also, like, it's funny, but in the back end, I get something like this has a little well, not a little, it's a very vinegary taste in the back end
because it's a cider,
right? But some ciders are. I thought this was sweeter. I think it was because we had that beer first. I should have had a water in between to cleanse my palate.
Water. What is water? When we are talking about beer, the Church of Beer, it does not say the Church of Beer on water.
No.
It
water
says
is
the
very much
Church of Beer.
Okay, here's the important thing.
Agua.
Water is a very big part of it. Yeah, you didn't know?
No.
It's like it has its own holy trinity, right? It's water, sugar, and yeast. Those three things are what make up alcoholic beverages, beer or whatever. So, water, sugar, yeast. Water's the biggest part. We're 80% water human beings or something like that.
Yeah, but we don't need to. We do that 80% of the time. Let's just
if you don't miss out the water,
straight ahead.
You miss out on the water, and you will learn on what it feels like to wake up in the desert.
I drink a lot of water.
I do too.
I actually drink a lot. I think I do too much water.
Too much water? Oh, okay.
There is such thing as drinking too much water.
There is, but you don't do it. It takes a lot.
No, I do.
You don't.
Okay.
I know. All right. So
this is clearly the fact that we are right now thinking about water because we are a little bit on the tipsy side.
Somebody's on the tipsy side.
Feeling good. I feel good.
I know you feel good. And that's awesome.
But I feel good all the time with beer or without beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pastor Los's job to make people feel good. Period. Doesn't matter how. Well,
it doesn't matter.
It matters, but, in the good way. That almost sounded wrong. I wanted to sound uncreepy. Anywho, on that note,
too late for that.
What you're listening now to is another song from Reggie Riches. Please enjoy it, and we'll be right back.
See you soon.
Glass of whiskey with a loaded weapon. Russian roulette trigger, happy man, just blow my head in. Virginia black got me reminiscing on misconceptions. My past is haunting me late at night, got me stressing. I love my mama, no doubt about it, no further questions. She taught me lessons to be humble, watching my aggression. I love her dearly, though we argue through my adolescence. Caught her grown pains, got me working for progression. I'm high for hours, concentrating on.
All right, and we're back. We are back, and we are at our last beer.
We are never at our last beer.
Well,
what does that mean?
This is the last beer for the episode.
For the episode, we are the
time
number
flies.
3 beer. That's
number
it.
3, right? So
not last. Makes me feel very sad for someone who does not drink beer and just fell in love with beer.
Oh wow! Well, that's really awesome. That warms my heart. That
well, there
really
you go.
Makes me happy.
So not last. This is our 3rd beer.
This is beer number 3.
Thank you.
Technically
very much.
number 5. Okay, so the last beer we'll be having today is from Abita Brewing, and it is their Amber Lager. And this is actually it's kind of like a light beer in as far as how much alcohol content. It's 4.5%, and this is it is an amber, and it's a Munich style lager brewed with crystal malt, pearl hops. It has a smooth malty caramel flavor and rich amber color. Well, I could attest to that. We already opened it, and oops, almost dropped it.
You see?
It smells. That's definitely a malty smell. Like Malta. Remember Malta?
Yeah, totally did. Yeah, I totally do.
Right, except when you taste it, it doesn't have the Malta taste because it lacks all the sugar. It's still pretty sweet though. It's like you can taste the hops are not like as strong because this is a lager. But yeah, this is very nice.
Yeah, I like it.
I've had some other beers from them, and I'm a very big fan
of their company.
Of the last 1 or 2 beers I had from them, I was just like kind of blown away. Like, oh, this is really smooth. It wasn't very strong or anything like that, but they were very smooth, kind of light beers. That being said, so you're a chef, and now you're a chef and a teacher. I had the joy of when I came here today, you cooked for me which was...
I made you lunch, which is fairly...
The pictures will be posted online, ladies and gentlemen, of what she considers lunch.
Oh my God, don't even put that on there. But it was,
for me, that's a big deal.
Okay, it was just what we make for my family.
Lamb shanks, it was rice, it was art. It was art. And the salad.
We had a salad. It was a very
The salad was
salad,
art.
People, I'll tell you something. My budget for that was about $11 for 4 of us, because 4 of us get to eat from that meal. And it's nothing. It's really, how I feel about food is love, right? And there's no price to love, and there is nothing to love. So that said, we were talking about teaching.
Correct.
Right?
Oh, you got the teacher voice on all of a sudden. He's like, that said, now I'm going to teach you something.
We were talking about teaching and what I do. So me, unlike a lot of people, and I'm talking about worldwide, don't have a chance to do the things they love to do. I happen to be lucky 2 times. I get to do modeling, something I dreamed I wanted to be when I grew up, and I was able to fulfill that dream. I was not a supermodel, but I think I got super as I can be, and I felt fantastic about that.
You're super to me.
Thank you. And then now I am teaching, and I am cooking, and I am thinking about food. So when I decided to go to culinary school, I thought that the first thing that people always said to me, we always have a story about why did you decide to go to school? You'd be like, okay, my grandmother inspired me, and yada, yada, yada. For me, it wasn't the same thing. What inspired me? Yes, my grandmother and my family had something to do with it, but it was the fact of what food represented in my family. My grandmother told me, you become a good cook and a bitch in the bed.
Whoa, your grandmother said that to you?
Yeah, she did.
That's
and
deep.
She said to me, if you can cook well and have the most amazing sex to your man, he will never leave you. I'm still working on that. I still haven't had the man as yet. And I'm not very lucky with the man stuff, but the sex is very good.
Well, thank you for sharing.
But one thing that brought me into food, and as I'm growing older into the industry, I realized that food represent love for me, and food represent what we all are, the beginning of who we are. And Carlos asked me this today. He was like, why sex and food? Why do you think about that? So I did Chop. I don't know if you guys are familiar. It's a show on...
Okay, let me segue real fast. So, yeah, I was going to say, I watched it before. I actually saw the episode. But you did Chop in the TV show on the Cooking Channel in 2013.
That's right.
Yeah.
And yes.
Did you get Chopped?
I did. At the first course. And
that shit is hard. I watched them make some stuff out of nothing. I'm like, what?
Well, I had a goat's head. And it wasn't really hard for me at all. Not to say anything. And I humble myself when I speak. When I say that. It wasn't really hard to me. It was more the fact that I got caught in the middle of prepping everything. And I had to throw everything away and start over again.
Oh, wow.
So,
why?
Because if you cut yourself and
you got cut.
Yes, cut.
Oh.
So I had to start over again.
Oh, yeah, you got to throw everything out.
Yeah, of course. And that's kind of what backed me up. And
did they show that on the show?
No, they didn't show it.
Because I watched an episode once where the guy got cut and they kept it going. And they kind of made it look like he kept cooking food. He put a big gash in his thumb. I was like, oh, shit. It's like, oh, I'm cleaning the blood off the board. I was like, no, you don't eat that food. No. And they're like,
no.
Oh, they were like, oh, that's questionable. I was like, are you kidding? Wait, this guy just cut his fucking thumb.
Yeah, no. It didn't show, but you can see if you ever watch the episode, you would see that at one point I have a Band-Aid on, and then at the other point I don't have it. I mean, no, at one point I don't have it, and then at the other point I have it. So I did get cut, and that allowed me to actually make me get chopped. Gotcha. But all that to say, the reason why I'm talking about this is because when I had my interview, the lady asked me a question. And she says to me, "Can you describe food for me?"